Good afternoon, everyone. Mr. Cutchin here. I hope you've been having a safe and restful weekend. And today I'm bringing you another GoPro tutorial for my guitar students. Today we're going to be talking all about the left hand. And I'm going to try to explain the general setup of the left hand in 5 minutes or less. So wish me luck as we go ahead and get started here today. Very quickly, I'm going to go through my 3 contact points to set up my good posture before we start playing. The first contact point is the right leg, and my guitar is resting right on top of it. The arch of the guitar is fitting the curve of my leg. And I'm going to go ahead and bring it in to the second contact point, which is my chest or my stomach, and I'm feeling that guitar right up against my body. My third contact point is the right arm resting right there on top of the guitar. I bring that down and I adjust so that my fingers are right in front of the sound hole. And I'm ready to play. Since we're talking all about the left hand today, I'm going to reposition the camera a little bit so that it'll be focused on this part of the guitar up here. So remember that we call this long, skinny part of the guitar the neck. Just gonna make some adjustments. So we're here on the neck of the guitar. This is where our left hand fingers go to choose different notes. So a couple things to go ahead and keep in mind. Everything starts with the thumb. The thumb is the most important digit for setting the left hand. The thumb needs to be first and foremost relaxed at all times. The thumb should never be pushing into the neck. It should always just be hanging out, taking a break, relaxing, but making sure that you're touching the wood. So this thumb is relaxed, but it is touching the wood of the guitar. As far as where on the neck the thumb should go, we're going to start by playing the majority of our notes down in the first 3 frets. So for now, we're going to set our thumb basically right behind the 2nd fret. And you can tell that you're in the right place because when you get real close, you should see these little metal ticks on the side of the neck here. And each one of these shows you the fret division. So this is our first divider here. Not counting this one, this is the beginning, and then here's our first metal tick. So this tells me that the first fret goes from here up to here. Anything inside here is considered the first fret. And then we continue on until we get to the next metal divider, and this shows me the 2nd fret. And that 2nd fret is exactly where I want my thumb to go. So the thumb rests. It also follows a little bit of the curve of the neck. The neck of the guitar does have a curve in it, and we're going to allow our thumb to match that curve a little bit. So we don't want our thumb sticking out like this. We want it to follow the curve of the neck. Once the thumb is in place, we can now talk about setting the left-hand fingers. So the fingers also need to always be relaxed. Even when you're pushing down a string, you want to do it with as little force or pressure as possible. The fingers stay curved and relaxed, and the first finger we're going to set is actually our middle finger. And for reference, I'm going to give every finger a number. The index finger is number 1, the middle finger is number 2, the ring finger is number 3, and the pinky finger is number 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, going in order from left to right. So I'm going to be using my middle finger, which is the 2nd finger. And I'm going to be putting it down starting on the E string. So now I am going to actually take the camera around just a little bit. Now some of you are probably already tempted to do this with the guitar. You want to turn the guitar flat so that you can see all 6 of the strings. Unfortunately, this is a really quick way to hurt yourself because when you do this, notice how it requires the left-hand wrist to bend. And when the left-hand wrist stays bent like this, see that sharp bend in the wrist? When it stays bent like this for too long, you can actually injure yourself pretty badly, and we don't want that to happen. So you have to keep a straight wrist. In order to keep a straight wrist, you have to keep the guitar flat, or basically you have to keep the neck facing away from you. You can't turn the neck and have it come up and face you. Unfortunately, that's just not going to work. So you got to keep the neck facing away from you. Try to get a feel for where the 6 strings are by touching each one with your fingers. So choose the middle finger, number 2, and we're actually just going to come over here. We're going to find that first string closest towards the floor right here. We're going to feel that string and we're going to move up until we get to the next string, and just continue doing this all the way up the guitar until we get to the top string, which is number 6. That thumb is staying relaxed and curved the whole time, as are the fingers. Take care, I had to bring my pinky in just then. Take care that your other fingers are not flying out and away. You want to keep a general curve to every finger, even when you're not using it. So let's take our hands away, and now we're going to put it back in place using first the thumb to guide us. Goes behind which fret? Number 2, the 2nd fret, curved and relaxed. And then we bring the fingers up, and we're going to start again with the middle finger, the 2nd finger, going on the bottom string, the E string. When we push that string down and we play, we get the note F sharp. If you're playing with a tuner, F sharp should show up on the tuner, assuming that this string is in tune. And when we take our finger away, we get an open string E. One more time, when we put that finger down, 2nd finger, inside of the 2nd fret, we play and get an F sharp. One more time, F sharp, and we go to open E. Okay, and it's the same idea for any of the other fingers. For now, we're going to basically use whatever number finger we use, we're going to use it in that number fret. So we're using the 2nd finger inside of the 2nd fret. If we want to use the 1st finger, we're going to be playing that inside of the 1st fret, which means we're going to get a different note. We're going to get the one note below F sharp, which is F. So 1st finger on E is F, but 2nd finger is F sharp. You may recall from class last week our discussion about sharps and flats and how each one is the movement of a fret. So going from fret 1 to fret 2 is going from F to F sharp. F, F sharp. And then we could put down our 3rd finger inside of the 3rd fret on the same string to get the note G. And so when we go from the 2nd fret, F sharp, up to G, when you sharp a sharp note, you get to the next letter. So F sharp, sharp one more note, becomes G. F sharp and G. Same idea with the 4th finger. The 4th finger is probably the trickiest finger for a lot of people because it's our weakest finger on our hands. And you want to be careful that the pinky is not stretching or straining or straightening out too much. And the success of the pinky all depends on the alignment of the thumb, the wrist, and the other fingers. So everything else has to be working here. If anything is wrong, if the thumb is headed the wrong direction, or if the fingers are straight and not curved, the pinky is going to have a hard time staying curved itself. So making sure that the hand is set properly with the thumb behind the 2nd fret curved against the neck. The rest of the fingers are curved. And the 4th finger will go down inside of the 4th fret. And if this 3rd fret note was G, then the 4th fret note is going to be G sharp. Here's G, 3rd finger. And here's G sharp, 4th finger. Here's G, 3rd finger. And here's G sharp, 4th finger. So in order, we have, starting with the open string, just E. 1st finger gives us F. 2nd finger, F sharp. 3rd finger,